Welcome back to FPL Diff Picks, and it's time for my Game Week 29 review, the Game Week 30 preview, and a little bit about the run-in. We've not got many game weeks left. Let's get into it. You can see on my homepage here I've got unstoppable João Pedro. He absolutely punished me as a non-owner with that hat-trick. Lots of people have been selling him as well due to Chelsea's fixtures, but it just shows form over fixtures is sometimes the way to go. So this is how my Game Week 29 went. I got 58 points. I took a -4. To bring in both Semenyo and Dango, and I'm very happy with that decision. My overall rank absolutely sucks at 740k, but I've kind of realised that this is probably just not the season for me. So let's have a look at some of the matches that went on this week. So it was 0-0 Bournemouth-Brentford, which was kind of a bit disappointing. Everton was a cracking fixture with Dewsbury Hall returning with his goal, which I was super pleased about. Sunderland beat Leeds. Wolves beat Liverpool, and that was an unbelievable one. As a Liverpool fan, it was an absolute shocker, and a blank from Ekitike, which I'm not happy with that at all. Then Chelsea Villa, João Pedro on that hat-trick, that was absolutely incredible, and I'm seriously considering bringing him in for Haaland. Again, like I say, form over fixtures, he could be a real good choice. My only hesitation really is looking at the fixture congestion that João Pedro is going to have to negotiate. Like, he's definitely going to get rested for some of the easier games. And that turnaround is just, for the Champions League fixtures, I think might be a bit punishing for us owners. So I'm hesitant, but I'm also very, very tempted. Arsenal-Brighton, Arsenal were just hanging on there. Obviously some great points for both Gabriel and Timber. Saliba didn't feature at all, so I'm quite glad that I sold him a few weeks ago. West Ham-Fulham, it feels like West Ham are coming into some form, so there might be someone that we might want to consider in future. Forest held their own against City, again, like City failing to keep their clean sheet. I think they've really missed O'Reilly. And again, Haaland blanking. He's getting really frustrating. That's why I'm so tempted to own. And then somehow Man United managed to lose to a 10-man Newcastle squad, 2-1. So I was quite surprised there. I had Malik Chow and I got the 4 points from him with the Defcons. Bruno missing out on Defcons by 1 point again, which was super irritating. And then as I speak, that Tottenham Crystal Palace game is still being played. So as you can see, there's no scoreline there at the moment. So talking about the run-in, let's have to look at the best fixtures. Now, I will just note the Man City at the bottom is because they've got 2 fixtures rather than 3 in the next 3 game weeks, but actually their fixtures are really good, so you should probably consider them at the top alongside Brentford, Brighton, Burnley and Man United. So really these are the teams that we should be looking to target players from, or at least target players from a fixtures perspective. I potentially would still ignore Burnley because I don't think they're in great form. West Ham, I'd need to see a little bit more form from them before I kind of invested in them. Fulham, I think, are doing a cracking job, but their fixture turns obviously in Game of 32 with Liverpool, though we know that Liverpool are not great at defending at the moment. And then you can see Chelsea around halfway down the list, but like I say, they're in such cracking form at the moment, I'll be really tempted to kind of bring them in. Then teams to avoid, so you can see Everton quite low down because of that Arsenal fixture, and then a few teams there because they've only got 2 fixtures in 3 rather than 3 fixtures in 3. So let's have a look at what my current plans are for Game Week 30. So I've got 1 transfer, 0.2 million in the bank, and I'm on 60 points, which just, like I say, it's not great. The Game Week 30 deadline is Saturday the 14th of March at 1:30 UK time. And here's what my team's looking like. So at the moment I've got Sanchez, Gabriel, Malik Chow and Virgil van Dijk. I'm actually thinking I'm going to have to make a goalkeeper transfer because Sanchez may well have lost his place. It says that it's kind of like even Stevens between the 2 goalkeepers, so we never know who's going to start now, really. So I think I'm probably going to have to get rid of Sanchez because Dubravka is my bench keeper. In the midfield, then, I've still kept GW29 with Fernandes and Cunha. Cunha didn't return last week, but let's just see what he can do kind of going forward. Semenyo was fantastic. I'm glad I brought him in. He'll certainly be playing. Dango was also the other one that I brought in as part of that -4 last week, so hoping to play him too. And then the usual front 3, which is Haaland, Ekitike and Thiago. We've got a few green fixtures there, so you'd hope for some nice hauls, but I don't know, let's see. And you can see on my subs bench, I've got Dubravka, Dewsbury Hall, who I'd actually kind of like to play, but he plays Arsenal, so it's not a great fixture. Anderson and Emukili, who is still currently yellow flagged, but hopefully he'll return soon, particularly because I'd quite like him for when we've got the blank Game Week 31. In terms of captaincy, I'm going to captain Fernandes and vice-captain on Semenyo. And as I say, the main transfer I'm considering at the moment is, do I get rid of Haaland and bring in João Pedro, just because his form is absolutely cracking and Haaland's definitely kind of off the boil. Potentially what I might do, let's just see. What transfers are you making this week? And do you think I should do Haaland to João Pedro or avoid it based on João Pedro's fixture congestion? Thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.